Hello, studio crew. Welcome to the set. We are now live behind the scenes. Fortunately, due to circumstances, Tails, Cute Fox, and probably Neko won't be able to join this stream. Also, hello! Hello, Rail Studios. Click notification as it came. Alright. Anyways, what's up, Rail Studios? Alright. Well, since I figured there's not too much going on here in the stream, as far as like actually in the stream, I guess I'll give this a chance. I'll give this a chance. Sure, last time didn't go as well as... Sure, the first time I tried this didn't go as well as before. As like, yeah. But, let's see. Holy cow, 4 people? Basically double this now. Alright, when you come in the StreamYard thing, just let me know who you are. So, boy, hello, the Engine of Bread #1. Hello, Bootlaces. Hello, Welsh. And Duck Fan 8. We're gonna let you in for a few minutes. Oh. Gonna join in the StreamYard in a bit after I get pizza. Sweet. Okay. Hello, Duck Fan 8. And just so you know, whenever I put the StreamYard link in chat, sure you're able to access the studio and StreamYard, but it is a privilege. It's a privilege that you're able to get in the stream itself to talk to me. That's a privilege, not a right. I might ask for my email again because I forgot, and StreamYard, so I can do some of these things. All right. Sir Handel. So I wonder, what should we do tonight? We got Bruno. Oh. Adam E. All right. All right, I'll go with Minecraft. Want to play the RO scale branch line on Roblox? Ooh, we got to conflicting choices here. Either Minecraft or Roblox. Last time I added the cow person, aka Bruno, in. The person didn't really say much, so yeah. Sorry about the accidental leave. Again, just letting y'all know, the ability to join me in the studio on stream, it's a privilege, not a right. Just because I put in the StreamYard link doesn't mean you always get to get in. It is a privilege, not a right. Also, hello, Sunja Walker. Yeah, what do y'all think I should do? Should I play Roblox or Minecraft? Finish up Monica with the lettering, numbering, and the faces, and maybe start on Sayori, or play some Roblox with RO scale and whatnot. That's 2. Oh boy, it's 2 verse 2. Oh boy, it's 2 verse 2. Wait, make a poll in chat. How do I do that? Well, that's 2 against 3, so looks like Roblox wins for tonight. Oh, that's 2 against 3, so Roblox wins for tonight. I'll get to finish Monica and probably start Sayori next time. Okay. Alright, let's give this game here a try.
Hello.
Um, Hello, bootlaces. Long time no see.
I know. Been working on my channel, my YCPs, but now I'm back with you, my old friend.
I've been alright myself.
Also, sorry if you hear my dog barking.
Eh, I assume RO scale, the branch line, is a sort of Thomas game.
It's just called the branch line.
Hey. Is it this one? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's first result. Cool. Let's see if this is available for Xbox. Oh.
It literally is just called the branch line.
Okay. I'm actually in here. Oh, God. Okay. Engine's been updated with new wheels. Oh, boy, that's a lot.
Okay.
What, you have a wheel fetish or something, Joelle?
No, I mean, how much? Oh my God! Look at these models. Sure, like they're barely loading, but Jesus. And Buster just shrink? Oh, become small. All right, let's see what models are here.
You're just small. Haha.
Recognize.
Tiny.
That thing. Jinty. 1400. Saddle tank. Oh yeah, Connors in game. Oy. Huh. Send you a friend request. All right. Shrink down here. I'm standing on the thing. How am I not shrinking? I am standing on the thing. How am I not shrinking? Is this supposed to be some sort of button I'm supposed to click, or what? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so small. It's all so small. Oh my god.
It's almost cute.
Almost. Tom Toy's World got that style for being cute, but this is just small. Jesus. It's impressive how small this is. Supposedly the Blue Mountain Quarry, I'm guessing? With Scamp. Oh, that's cute. That's nice. That's cool. Oh wow, that is cool. So small. If anything, like as far as like the actual sizing of this, I think like scaling wise between the Roblox avatar character and of course the engine and whatnot, this is giving me a sort of garden railway type vibe. You know, like large scale garden railways type.
True.
Oh, look at it go! That is cool. Go, little guy, go! Oh, get on the table. Get on the table! There you go. We got some nice cars here. Oh, it's going in the tunnel. So I'll just walk around it. There's a little guy. Oh, that is cool.
Okay, finally got the kinks worked out.
I guess this is the only thing I can technically do, just walk around and watch everything move because I'm not on PC. Thus on console it's gonna be near impossible to control the DC thing.
Wait, you can't control the engines?
I think I was supposed to be shrunk down or something. Oh, there you go, this little guy.
Hey, they have a Barclay.
That's cool. It's so small, yet it can do so much. I did say the biggest things do come in the smallest package, so yeah. I just need a brake van to set up the consist, and you'll be good.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
Oh, he is actually.
Damn it, I was wrong.
You bamboozled yourself.
Congratulations, you played.
At this moment that he knew.
A turntable or a Y intersect to turn you around.
Hello.
Hey, Mama.
Did you get your picture points sent home?
Yeah, it's in my backpack.
Are they any good?
Yeah, I thought they were good.
Take note.
Oh no, this poor car. Car's been through something.
Car has met death.
Also, Eddie isn't scared of the fact showing his mom live on YouTube.
Don't worry, it's focused on my screen, so you won't be able to see what's going on anyone else's screen but mine.
Huh?
There.
What?
What?
That wasn't my mom.
Oh, well, somebody's mom came on, and that'll be recorded live on YouTube.
No, my mom's asleep right now.
That was me. That was
Hey,
me.
they're around. All right. Off it goes.
And he's off.
Maybe some nice fitting music for this or something. I'm gonna play a nice little theme to just go along with this.
Maybe Thomas's branch line theme.
Oh, I know the right one. I know the right one. I think that's the right one. Ever heard the traveling theme?
Hmm?
Ever the
Maybe, I'm not so sure.
The traveling theme. I've heard James's traveling theme, but I haven't heard the normal one.
That's an ad.
I wasn't tight to your side.
Wait, where'd he go?
Focus on form. As long as you're
Where'd he
moving,
go? Oh, there he is.
traffic fills up.
That's an ad. Bother those advertisements.
You know, you gotta hate them.
Only way you can avoid them is if you buy the YouTube Premium, where there are no ads. Keep playing, Luke Daddy.
Yeah, but yet you have to spend money.
Yeah, you hear it, right? I'm playing the traveling theme now.
Is it fan made?
It's the Maniac cover.
Hey, Joel, you know there's a munitions factory on this map.
There's an ammunitions factory. What?
There's a small area that's like, it has a small split engine and it has munition vans.
Really? Where you go? Where you go? Oh, there he is. This somehow fits and this somehow works. I like it. Like the traveling thing for this little guy. This fits and it works and I like it. Oh, I can't go through there.
Try
Okay.
the door, it's right next to it. On the other side.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
There's a few little Easter eggs scattered throughout the map, and you'll be able to find those if you look very closely.
It's a little jumpy on the rails, but it's fine. You got a little fuel tanker right there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little areas scattered across. And there's even a terminus somewhere.
Oh, there's a little loop line. This is adorable. With how small everything is. It's so. Oh. What you doing over here, good sir? What are you doing over here?
You found the gnome.
I'm a gnome, and you got gnome.
Look how this where the tram engine is.
Oh, hey, little guy.
He's a little trammy boy.
Cute. From Main Street gives Farquhar vibes. I don't know what. Okay, yeah, no. It's gives vibes of Farquhar. A single track goes up to the platform, and there's a road there next to it.
Yeah. Actually, I did not notice that. Now you just made me notice it, and I never can notice it.
Hey, it's a nice little. He's a little guy.
Now, just from this one frame, people are gonna guess that it's a Thomas game.
Sorry. Right here. Well, just one, but still. Unless if it's just a break band and I'm just stupid.
There's several loop lines everywhere and dead ends, but you can find ways to get to different places. Just follow the tracks.
I'll be out of the way.
I see the immense detail that whoever built this game Like, they even have coal bins next to the shed and barrels.
This is a nice little detail. There's even a cop car here for some reason.
Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, the other. Wait, where did the red one go? Oh.
She deleted it.
Where
He's
did
just
it?
getting the...
He's gonna use the Tram Engine? Wait,
Where's he going?
wasn't the coach over there? How did the coach move on its own? You know, I'm not gonna ask.
Physics, my gentleman. Oh wait, there he is.
Here's the little guy. Thought he deleted him. I guess the little guy derailed and he just touched him. Touched a new one.
That quick.
That is cool. Oh. I thought he
I just hate glitches that happen like that. And the coupling system for RO scale is just wow. Sometimes the whole engine can get just no clip into the entire thing.
Remind me, I'm just gonna play Thompson the Trucks here.
That one engine took a single look at that coach and was like, nah, man, I'm out. That shit's gonna fuck me up.
Playing Thompson the Trucks now. That theme.
Hey Joe, look.
What?
Hold up. Right there. That rusty thing.
Rusty
In front of
thing?
you. On the other side of the coach.
Hey, it's Terrence, what happened to you, my boy? What happened to you, Terrence?
Terrence has been left for dead.
Remember this guy? This is him now.
Feel old yet? Hey, where's the little guy? Oh, there he is.
Here's some history behind this Rusty Terrence. Farmer McCall decided he didn't want him anymore and just left him there.
Farmer McCall got tired of Terrence's bullshit.
Yeah, Terrence literally kept rolling all over his crops and pigs. Like, what else is he supposed to do?
Hey Joe, I also think that building that's near the station, not the shed, the building, might be the yardmaster's office.
What now?
The building, like, on the right side of the station. Right there, the building that's next to the Rusty Terrence. Not that, the one, this one.
Okay, what about it?
I think it just might be just some sort of an office building or something like that. That's what
Maybe.
just picked in my head. It's a little detail I just shoot out there.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Well, this is a
I'm
nice
just
little...
vibing to this music, man. I love it.
Wait,
Wait, no, he went in the tunnel.
oh, okay. Wait, is that it?
I think this is supposed to be like a Game Pass area.
You don't
Can't get in.
right?
Unless the admin was here and he has a delete tool, he could just delete that and we could get whatever was inside out.
All right. Oh, it's getting away after the little red thing.
Get over here!
Changed a little
Oh,
red
wait a
puff.
second. Wait, stop. Okay.
You missed the points.
He's gonna go on the loop track.
He's going on the loop line.
Yeah, loop line. Yeah, it's just a small loop.
Up.
There's no door! Wait, it's gonna come out the other side in 3, 2, 1. There he is!
Oh, hi. Oh.
In other
On
news,
run
Joelle
you
gets
over. You were
Other
dead
news-
meat for a second, Joelle.
in other news, Joelle gets scared by a pecket.
The little guy almost ran over my toes.
It was some like Legos. Hey, that's a rhyme.
A little engine like this running over your toes is a comparable pain to someone stepping on Legos.
Imagine if the Tram Engine ran over your toes.
Nah, I just feel like you're stubbing your toe.
Oh yeah, because of the cow catchers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very unique that you just have a random Tram Engine, a design that I've never ever seen in real life. Just a random engine just slapped some side plates and cow catchers on him. Like, oh, he's bringing him out.
Let's see. That looks like a Ginty. Is that just me or does this look like a Ginty? Oh, off they go.
It kind of reminds me of a 14XX
Time.
or Oliver's class, just with side plates. Imagine Oliver with side plates.
Oh boy. That'd be
There's a
fun.
lot of there's a lot of interesting AUs that people will just poof make into existence.
Like how I made the whole DDLC cast as Thomas characters, kind of AU, right? Yeah, I actually did that. And yeah, in my Discord server, which will be public in the future when I hit 5K, that's when I'll make the server public. And in that server, I'm having engine bios for the, well, character bios. Monica, Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki, Meiji, or MC, and the other three are just OCs, belong to different people.
By the way, you better fucking invite me when it becomes public, Joelle. I will go after you if you don't.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm going to put the link out on a video as an update or something.
Oh my god. That was a full-blown threat, homie.
Oh my god!
I can clip through the here. Oh, okay, I did.
Oh my god! It's a transformer.
Your forehead is invincible, apparently.
What is the school bus doing down here? And why does it have a mustache?
Okay, what is this thing?
Is that supposed to be the magic school bus with a mustache, but green?
Yeah, let's just ignore this and pretend it's not here.
Yeah. But... No, this is cool. And not gonna lie, this vibes of Ellsbridge a little bit, but not really. Because if this was Ellsbridge, supposedly, there'd be like a little overpass. There'd be, yeah, there is a little road, but it's got to be like elevated to higher ground. And there's got to be a water tower somewhere.
Random thought, on the road section of Ellsbridge, where like Birdie can pass through with Thomas and A and Clarabelle and stuff, there are no railings, so what if Birdie just falls and crashes on Thomas?
Oh no. Let's hope Birdie's driver isn't drunk or anything. Let's hope Birdie's driver isn't drunk.
I can imagine that being a plot point of the story and them actually adding railings
Like
there.
Birdie, yeah, like Birdie gets a new driver and the driver just like, I don't care, and just he recklessly drives Birdie, and then just ends up with Birdie having an accident.
Either that or maybe a new character and or Bulgy are there and they are careless.
Of course, Bulgy would make an ass of himself somewhere. Also,
Yeah, bro. Free the roads, down the rail.
What is this?
What the frick?
What is
Okay, I
that?
never actually noticed this when I played the game. It looks like there might have been a toxic spill from a certain nuclear power plant. Hint, hint.
Oh no, don't bring up that AU. It's dead. That AU is
No,
dead.
never again, my boy. Oh, hey, look.
Who gave a little P-class outside motion?
Interesting rebuild AU. But this seems to be just a little yard and station area. There's a turntable. See a little station over there. Oh wait, there's an area that leads around back. Oh, there's more engines over here.
A J36 and a 2086 Drake.
Yeah, the engine's name is Drake.
Okay, is there an engine called NAS? Is there an engine called M&M?
Is there a class of engine called the 69 class?
The 69? Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Even better, is there a class called the 666 class?
No.
I mean, one thing sure, as far as a class of diesels, there is a class 69, which that's nice.
There actually was an engine here in America from the Baltimore and Ohio called the Big Six class in the 600s. I figured there had to be an engine with the number 666 somewhere.
This little guy again.
He's still pulling the... Hey boy, you better turn around because that's a dead-end stop.
This little game is charming. It's a shame I can't really control anything, but it's charming.
Yeah. Hey Joel, once you ever in the future get a laptop or a better controller, I'm figuring you're going to have lots of fun.
One thing for sure, I'm wanting a new controller, but as far as like a new PC and whatnot, I'm not sure.
I am wanting to get a PC because I have big plans in the future for my original characters because I want to use Trains 2019.
I mean, as far as my plans for my characters and whatnot, including the MRS fleets, I already can do all I need with just the phone.
Yeah, it's that easy. I have an iPad, and it's a little bit more easier back then, but...
Everyone keeps fantasizing over Vegas Pro and like Premiere Pro and stuff like that, but I mean, phone editors are just fine.
They're the easiest thing that you can come by.
Yeah, as long as they don't have any watermarks, they won't look shitty. As long as you know how to edit.
It is true.
Although for me, I mainly just use Power Director or KineMaster.
Do you have the trial?
Like sometimes I actually use both. But like whenever I use both, I actually have my profile pic as like a watermark so I can cover the KineMaster logo, so it's just the Power Director. There'd be KineMaster features, it would still be seen as a Power Director video because my profile pic would just be covering the KineMaster watermark. Ain't that genius?
It better
I just use IBIS Paint. X.
Use IBIS Paint. I've always been using IBIS Paint since the beginning. And yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how to do all the cool stuff you do, Joelle.
Personally,
just take the hue and saturation tool, the brightness contrast tools, and a lot of numbers. And if you want to remember a character's color combination and whatnot, you better jot those numbers down if you want them to be consistent.
Yeah. Now, I'm just focusing on doing stuff.
Okay. Can I talk now?
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
Thank you. It's okay. Anyway, I use an editor called VN. It's probably not that well known, but it's a good editor, and all it has in the way of a watermark is a 3-second end footage that you can easily delete.
Oh.
Hey, why is that police car just sitting underneath a tree?
Oh, why is that guy sitting under a tree? Why is he sitting under a tree? That's the big question. Oh, so why are you getting all this stuff? Didn't you just? Yeah, just.
I think he's going to extend it because there is more of the map that you guys still haven't seen yet.
Also, to Audi Rail Studios in the chat, Power Director still has a watermark, so nah.
I mean, that's one I got used to.
I mean, we all have our different ways of editing, but there in the end, I mean, in the end, we're all still Thomas fans wanting to.
True.
A video is a video, no matter what software you use. If you want, you could use the shittiest software you could possibly find, and you can still make a video out of it somehow.
Yeah. I've been more in depth of the railways of Britain and knowing about more classes than you do, Joelle.
Woo!
Like, have you ever
Code.
heard of the? Like, have you ever heard of the LMS Fury locomotive?
I
The-
think I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It's a high-pressure steam locomotive. Or it was. It was never preserved, and I think someone actually made a Thomas character out of it.
I would love to know more about locomotives in general, but I often just don't really remember the stuff I see on Wikipedia, sadly. My brain is not that big.
I'm just the guy that remembers a lot of good information if it's really good. I'm even working on a series of my own that evolves around my original characters and the railways of Britain in general.
They all take place in different time periods?
Well, the stories usually take place in the 1930s and work their way up to present day.
Nice.
Actually, my stories actually take place a little earlier, 1872, the London, Brighton, and South Coast Railway.
Okay. Finally, someone acknowledging the late 19th century period of locomotives, because people often just look to the early 20th century, but I feel like the late 19th is pretty interesting too.
The reason you can go first. We were speaking.
I might make an original character out of my dog. Should I? Well, that just depends. If you want to remember your dog as that character, then I guess. If you want to have the dog live on in your memory as a steam, or an engine in general.
I have many original characters. I have so many you wouldn't even believe it. I think I probably have more than Joelle.
What, do you have like thousands of OCs you plan to reveal to the world in a locker until you die?
No, not that. Probably have about, 13, 14 OCs that evolve around my railway, the island of Glenville.
Wait, where did the little guy go? Oh, there he is.
He's backing up. The reason I'm starting in the 1872 is because that was the year that Stroudley made the Terriers, and one of my OCs is one of the earlier Terriers.
Oh, okay. Funny enough, another one of the Green Hill Railway engines, Shadow, he himself is a Terrier. Funny story, I originally intended Shadow to be a Class 08, but I just decided, nah, let's just be a little basic. And besides, also, Shadow by character is literally seems to be older than a bunch of the other Sonic characters. Like, because like Shadow and the actual that guy clipped around.
He no-clipped into the back rooms. Live footage, folks. He no-clipped into the back rooms.
Oh my god.
Hey, Joelle, by the way, it's been an honor being in your stream right now.
The honor is mine.
I mean, we all probably have big plans for what we have for our YouTube channels.
Yeah? Oh, what?
I mean, I'm a long way away from doing whatever I want to do in the future. But I swear on the name of Brunel, I will make entertainment that people will love.
Oh.
Also, Joelle, do you remember the other day I told you that one of my OCs was Donald and Douglas's cousin they don't like to talk about? The 600?
There are two of them. They're multiplying! Let me help this little guy.
Oh, wait, what the heck is that?
Oh, hello.
Oh, it's the 4F.
J36 or something like that.
Oh, I thought it was the 4F. It's the engine you saw back at the.
What the? Wait.
The engine just disappeared. Oh wait, no, there it is. I was like, oh my god, it's a ghost. It can free roam. It just disappeared into the mountainside, whistling in the wind.
Oh my.
Also, Joelle, if you had an original character that you had to base off of a Barclay, where would you make them work? A harbor or a mine or a quarry?
I mean, beats me. Usually, as far as characters, usually as far as OCs that I'd make, I'd at least have them be available. So, like available in like Tom Toys, Blue Chain with Friends, any of those games where it's like easy to edit the characters. Just so
Right, yeah. I've seen some of the hard edits you've done, like 87546, Alfred, and Mainland Studios' take on 98462.
And yeah, to think I've done 98462 generally 3 times. Oh, Pannier! It's a different Pannier, but it's still a Pannier. Oh my god. Welsh,
Welsh.
It's OC, man. I found your OC, Welsh. I found him.
Yeah, it's Welsh's OC. It has the open cab to boot.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, boy. Yeah, that engine, the Pannier spawn is at the terminus I was talking about. I think that whoever's driving it's gonna go back to the terminal, so I think you probably might want to follow them.
Yeah. It's 260 or something.
It has a GER engine with it. You know, I love the Great Eastern Railway and their colors. Even though
it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, even though I'm a Great Western fan, and I will always be a Great Western fan, there are some qualities to other railroads that I really like.
For me, I'm honestly kind of an LNER kind of guy. I'm somewhat of an LNER kind of guy. Specifically like the A1 and A3s, Jesus. Hell, Scotsman hit 100 miles an hour, for Pete's sake. Sure, it was debated between either he or Truro, but still. Oh, yeah, that is Welsh. That is Welsh. Okay.
It was City of Truro, my guy.
Wait, they get stuck?
Anyway, the debate of who went 100 miles an hour, it was City of Truro. 100% fact. You can't make me change my mind.
Y'all know what was actually the first engine to go 100 miles an hour?
What?
It was actually an American that went 100 miles an hour first. It wasn't Truro or Scotsman. It was just a random American.
You mean that engine from the Empire State Express?
I think? I don't know. Like, when I saw it last, of course, it was an American engine. It had, like, a snowplow up front. And, yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of confused here because I learned from something else, a different source, that an engine from the New York Central, I think numbered 999, that pulled the Empire State Express, it claimed that engine went over 100 miles an hour.
To think that a bloody American went 100 miles an hour first.
And can't believe this. It was a 440, just like City of Truro.
Oh.
Now, usually, I think small engines like that Great Eastern engine right there in front of you usually have speeds of up to 70 miles an hour. As for A3s, I'm figuring top speed at like 90. perhaps.
Jeez, with these coaches running the bends, it's actually having a difficult time.
Yeah, it's moving slowly, and they're coming through. Ooh.
Either lag or the coaches or something. I'm thinking it's mainly lag.
No, actually, sometimes when people build these type of railways in RO scale, they make the bends too tight, and the coaches can't go around them
That easily.
Oh,
16.
hey, it's
Kinda.
that. It's one of those Hornby Junior engines.
Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna get some food. I'll be right back.
Well, I have taken over Joelle's stream. This is the best day of my life. So, everyone, I will be taking the place of Joelle until he gets back. I am not a monster that takes over everything. Oh dear. Oh dear, it's going. Joelle, you might want to hurry up. The passenger train's leaving. Like it's actually going away. Just standing here watching it leave. Oh boy. I'm on this train that likes to roll around. Never in one place. I steam from town to town. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm a wanderer. Oh, I'm a wanderer. Oh. Ain't nothing gonna break in my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break in my stride. I'm running and the won't touch ground. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. This is you know, I'm gonna be probably watching this later and hearing my own voice, like, oh my god. Oh, hey, look, it's the Tram Engine. Wait a sec. That's the Barclays train. Hi. That was the little red guy's train. Tram just took it. I'll have to chill with Joelle this when he gets back. Oh, I'm just... Me boy stuck in time. What the heck is that? Oh, it's just a tank engine. Oh, hey boy, it's a Terrier.
I'm back.
Hey Joelle, turn around. A Terrier just passed you.
Hang on. I dropped something. Second. Okay. You know, Terrier? Oh.
Yeah, it just went past. As well as the tram engine. And it stole the little red guy's trucks. The Terrier must have moved down further. Oh wait, no, there it is. You see all that steam right there?
Terrier? Little guy. And it's Box Hill.
You know, that's what my original character is based off of. That A1 design, not the A1X.
Is it this exact one or is it a different one?
It's the name, but it's the same similar design as the A1 class, not the rebuilt design. And I saw the passenger train earlier that had the Welsh's OC.
Fuck no, there's two of me. Oh, dead. Oh no! Oh man! Cox! I need Cox to be ready. Wait, no.
I'm sorry,
Bro, I'm not. I need Cox to be ready. I'm not some NSW shit.
Okay. Just leave the stream and come back, alright? Just
But what
get rid
about
of
that leftover bootlaces over there?
it.
Oh,
Okay. No one needs to see this. No one needs to see it. Thank you, Joelle. Anyways, that happened.
But yeah. So guys, I'm officially changing my name to I Need Cop.
No! Just no, man.
I'm changing my channel to an NSFW channel, boys.
Oh, don't you dare.
Oh,
I'm
why?
posting porn videos all over the internet now.
Okay, please. No, we do not need that.
Okay.
Or else, I swear, on Brunel's name, I'm gonna come over to your house and slap you.
I'll just slap you back in that case.
Hey, Joelle, while you were gone and your character was just standing still, I just made a reference to something. Yeah, that boy stuck in time.
Sorry, I'm just going
There's
to...
some engines in the shed. There's a 4F, a 14XX, and an engine that looks like Welsh. The 4F is not here right now, but there is a spawn for it.
How did the 100 miles per hour debate even start? I honestly have no idea.
It was just Joelle talking about how he loved LNER engines, and he mentioned Flying Scotsman going over 100 miles an hour, and then I just started with City of Churro went over 100, and I'm not fully sure on that. I was just doing it as a joke because I've seen the Unlucky Tugs video of Flying Scotsman's USA tour, which gave a brief history on the engine, which now I like Flying Scotsman even more because of that video. And I was just joking about the whole thing about City of Churro because I don't believe that he went over 100. I mean, it could have been possible, but no, I'm not fully 100% sure on that.
Hey, it's a blue one. It's a little blue one.
But I think he just had a terrier whistle. It sounds like a terrier whistle. Yep, that's definitely it. I've seen it in a sound effects video.
Well, if it isn't Walsh Cole himself.
Hi.
Hello.
Just say,
Oh, they're passing by.
oh, here it comes. Okay, I think that might be a runaway. It might be an unmanned consist.
Don't mind me, I'm just eating some food here.
I actually promoted this game like thrice because this is my friend's game.
Yeah, I saw this. Hey, I don't think they actually added your OC in here. Except
Yeah, he
green.
did. He actually did add my OC in here. It's like blocked by like a wall on the tramway line.
Yeah, but there's also an engine similar to that. It's basically you, except it has a Great Western paintwork.
Yeah, I know. He had to use my OC for that too. I'm driving it right now.
Yeah, you've advertised this, 3 times?
Kind of, because he asked politely.
By politely, you mean violently shaking you?
No, not really.
Also, judging by that behavior, I bet you'd be a shameless sellout for Raid Shadow Legends.
No.
Bounty Roll Studios does have a point. I do think that Churro 999 and Scotsman went 100, but only Scotsman had a denominator wagon to record the speed.
You know, actually, 2 A3s went over 100.
I'll take it with both Scotsman and Papyrus, I think. Hey, there's Welsh.
Yeah, there he is.
Breaking
just
rule
pulling the
violation.
coaches.
So, Joelle,
Hmm?
can you finally add Cassie for a minute? They've been spamming the chat ever since it pretty much began.
So they can shut up. Fine.
Hello, and what's fault? I was controlling the Little Red Engine.
That was so kind of you, Bunny.
Like yeah, I was controlling the Little Red Engine.
Oh, you have a room now?
Yeah, it was me. It's me. I was controlling the Little Red Engine.
And you can have some gold.
The hell did he just say?
I said I was controlling the Little Red Engine. Little guy.
Oh, you were the one controlling the little red dude.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I was controlling that guy. Like with the control. Like you move it forward and then backwards.
You don't think he has
Like yeah.
Oh, that's him right in front of us. He's controlling the little.
Yeah, look at that.
Is some extra audio playing behind Cassie? If that's the case, then can you turn that off?
Must be a TV show. Or
Give me this challenge. You know, I challenge you, Ray. Why? Why would you do that?
What's this little word called consent?
Cassie, can you?
I use my gold thing.
It's true. Let's go. Yeah.
I didn't give him the gold touch.
It's been so long since I've won a game of Uno.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna
find your way to that munitions factory I was talking about.
That was very good. Here you go, Jack.
And then got a flop. Boom.
Oh boy. A little bit more faster, man.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it faster than a speeding duck.
That was successful.
I'm in this Bam.
Okay, seriously, what is this?
This
Oh,
feels amazing.
and the brake. Oh, slow, man.
And there you go. I son.
She can't even see. She's about to turn gold.
Okay.
It's okay. I've accepted that I will be gold. Oh, that's nice. Rainbow, how about we make an alliance?
I thought
Find
that
that munitions factory I was
the guy
talking about.
Now watch me a consent faster than put the plate right there.
Yeah,
Watch
those
me.
are some of the vans behind the keg. I think those vans are
Team
funny.
up with Bunny. I literally
Hold up, back it up.
Oh, wrong way.
What those vans say.
We're not a team.
Wait, okay.
Look at
Okay,
me.
I know what
I'm
to do.
shiny and I'm gold.
I know what to do.
We should use the luck now. Come on, make me gold.
I'm
I
gonna
don't see any.
superstar down to the wind.
Okay. Kind of hard to read. Joelle's point of view. Hey, Joelle, what are those vans? Those vans right there. Two ones.
See, that's how he speeds, son.
Sorry, Rainbow.
This is how he speed one in the World Cup red sign.
I can't see anything.
No, I
Jacko,
actually know a
even do it
technique called fly shunting.
yellow.
Can you-
How about
Can you do that?
Sorry, I can't really hear you over the background noise. I'm sorry.
gotta get rough.
I saying, can you do that thing?
Like super fast shunting.
Alright, where are the other guys?
Anyways,
Well,
can
the
you
Tram
do that?
passed by a little while ago as well as Welsh is a C. I'm figuring they might be somewhere else, but I don't know. They could have gone that way, the way to the left.
Me? See, can you please? I can't really hear the engine of Britain over your background noise.
What I was saying was that the tram engine in Welsh's engine bases passed by, and I think they probably went to your left, like through the tunnel by the station, heading the direction that I think the tram was in. Like they came from the area where the person was doing the shunting, and they came down this line, like going the like they went the other way, like not towards the. I think I went past the station, the other direction. Not trying to make you go back and forth.
Oh boy, that'd be a hit era episode all over.
Don't remind me. I didn't like the hit era episodes as much because I've been actually thinking of ideas how to rewrite those into proper stories.
Well, there's a little.
Yeah, there's.
By the way, if you the Percy and the Painter was the only time they actually got the 3 strikes formula right.
Hold up, there's someone.
And Percy was actually in character for it.
Now, many of the hit era episodes were and one thing that I hated is that Duck wasn't in it. Duck never showed up.
Duck made one, but hey, Duck at least made one cameo in the music video.
Yeah, and then season 12 came, and then Duck reappeared.
Oh boy!
Literally the whole.
It's like the Lucky Tux. It's like when Captain America held Mjolnir.
That's basically what this was. We actually go to a back here, right there, and here. Like, oh wait, yeah. If you go to your left, there's an entrance that leads you back there to tell who made what.
Right here.
Same here. It's right here. Sorry.
Then
I it was
there. Then
hey, Joelle. The jump going right would lead you back to the terminus. If you go straight, that might take you further.
Come on. It's over.
Then I pick up an engine.
Why the golden section? On gold.
Oh.
I'll be part of the gold team. There, you turn gold track.
Oh.
Oh God, that looks so good.
Oh.
Oh God. If you do catch them, you gotta get money back for
What was that?
I'll admit, these little charming little engines are nice.
The little terrier
nice.
guy. Okay.
Hey, there's a terrier again.
Who that? Oh, it's the Tram Engine again. See if they're just making the engines and loops.
Something hit me.
Oh.
Something hit me and I went flying. Okay? I'm fine. Just something hit me and I went flying.
Oh boy.
Somehow.
Like, yeet!
Whee!
Hey, Joelle, look at the Joelle. Look, turn around. They're like something like a statue on top of the hill back there. Like back there.
You mean the little gnome or something?
No, like the big tiki thing. Or that might just be a tree. I don't know. I can't see. Now, I have been searching my entire life to find a game that has a lot of detail for a British railway. Like actual fine detail and a lot of engines for a railway in Britain. I don't think anyone will be making one anytime soon, but if they do, I will be playing it for hours. Because I don't think anyone has the time or decency to make every single engine from all 4 different regions for one game. That probably 100 people might play, but
Yeah, that would just crash multiple
it probably
PCs.
wouldn't even be as popular as saying that it probably wouldn't be as popular as Tom Toy's World. Sorry, I almost said Land. The game is basically gone. I was actually really upset when they canceled the Tom Toys Land update.
Yeah, there was a final update. The creator himself left social media for a while.
Yeah, like the second to last update was the pre-final update was interesting and good, and I was looking forward to the final update because they hadn't posted anything for a while and was like, come on, man, when's it going to happen? When am I going to see the new Henry and Gordon or any of the new models like Bear, Den, Dart?
God,
Barry.
I definitely remember, and yes, like I am that old. I've played Tom Toys Land since the relative start. Not when Tom Toys Land was just like a very simple circle. But what in the?
Oh my gosh!
Here.
What in Brunel's name happened here?
I was going this path when the tram engine came into the wrong way. That was crashed into each other, and I went crazy.
But
then I dropped.
But
how
did it go?
Then I jumped away. Then I jumped to this side.
How did it go deja vu? Like the tram engine is upside down going deja vu.
Well, it's a long story. If that I was going with 2 engines, by the way, and I was going this way, but then I went to the one way that came a tram engine. Then we bumped, and the tram engine went flying. Then it crashed into my 2 engines. Then I coupled. Then it went upside down. So that's why I got into this. So that's why I did this situation.
I see. Well,
just
I know there's one thing that
sorry, buddy.
I'm very glad that it's the weekend.
The weekend is finally. Wow! Wait, where am I going? Where am I going?
Wait, no, this is the area where the is. Hey, Joelle. What is one engine that you think is for all time fame? Cannot count the LNER A3s.
Mr. Engine going down the line, choo-choo down the way. I'm not like Winifred. I don't. Here is the end. Ow. Someone stop the engine! Somebody stop the train!
What happened?
Jump. Oh yeah, I just jumped out. That's fine, good, but it does fall down.
One thing that you can expect from RL Skill games is that there's going to be some crashes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's Wash again. This time with the Oh, okay.
What? It's a new engine. It was recently added. It's going too fast, so you can't keep up with it.
I mean, barely, but
Hold up, Joelle. Go back to the loop. Maybe you can cut it off.
all right. Now, again, what was your question?
Yeah, my question was, what's another favorite engine of yours? You cannot count the LNER A3s.
Well, I did count the A1s and A3s as the same thing because that's what they technically were. They technically were the same thing, just different modifications.
Yeah, because the A3s were given the corridor tender. Oh, A1s, I mean, were given the corridor tenders and different other modifications. Might be coming around the bend any minute now.
Hey, do you know where Roscoe just did? He just bumped in the back. Like why?
Oh wait.
I was trying to clear the track. Like what
Okay, that
did
thing's
he
going
just
too
did?
fast. That looked like a
What is-
Midland engine. Barely make out the words MR on its tender.
LMS, they
Why
really
are we
noticed
going freaking fast?
Oh god.
Why are we going so fast? Oh, wait a second.
He goes so fast.
Rain, stop it. That is definitely a very old engine. Oh, wait a minute. That looks like that looks like Gladstone's class. You know Gladstone? The National Railway Museum. Oh crap! That thing's got speed. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, that's something similar of Gladstone's class. I can't make that out, Joelle. What does it say on the tender?
Steam logo coming through.
R. London Structural
Here
Military
it comes.
Railway.
Steam logo engine coming through.
War Department. Hey, Joelle.
Sorry, QC person, I'm gonna boot you from the stream because I can't hear the engine of bread number 1 from your background noise. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, what were you saying?
I was about to ask if your original character, Joelle, the steam engine, did he ever meet any War Department, London, Midland, and Structural Military Railway engines, or any ROD engines, like any military engines? Did he ever meet any of those?
No, not really. He did hear a story from Sayori once that she came across a Dean Goods once.
Yeah, I heard some of those were used by the ROD, or yeah, there were 3 different means of war railroads that were for war: ROD or WWD, which was War Department, or LMR, which was for the London Instructional Military Railway. And usually those engines for the LMR were painted in a sort of blue color. And get this, they had red side rods, and you know the chassis, which has the axles and wheels, those were painted red too. Like the black underpart was painted red.
The undercarriage was red too.
Yeah. They had red lining. They had white. They had like the tires on the rims of the wheels, they were painted white. And they had LMR painted in broad letters on their tenders. The builder, like the austerity builder, like for the austerity 060 tank engines. They used those on the LMR, as well as some big engines, like what they were designed by austerity, like big 210Os and 280Os. Like, man, there's a lot of engines I can list that you would probably not even know that existed.
Huh. In terms of Sari, how did she die in the MRS stories? Well, as far as in the Monica story, mainly, canonically, no. The other MRS engines, they don't die. It's just in Monica's story. As far as like how Sari died, Monica managed to convince the manager that Sari did something really bad, and thus the manager sent her away to scrap. For Yuri, of course, we know that. Of course, y'all know that she
went crazy.
She went nuts, and she rammed into a signal box at full speed.
Probably killed the signalman and herself in the process.
Yeah. As for Natsuki, basically, remember how in Shed 17, where like Percy's face just tilted to a point and it just broke? That's what I basically did for Natsuki. That's what I basically did for Natsuki, as a somewhat play on how she broke her neck when she died. But her last words is "play with me." Those are her last words.
And then she ran herself into the turntable, and Joelle was standing right in front of it. Joelle witnessed her die.
Yeah.
And when I watched the first part of the whole story, since there was no audio, I couldn't. What?
Chapter 0 or Chapter 1?
Chapter 1, when Joelle first arrived on the MARS.
Oh, then Chapter 0, that's what it is. Chapter 0.
Yeah. Yeah, in the part where after Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki are all dead, and Joelle comes face to face with Monica, I couldn't really understand what they were talking about since there was no dialogue. I didn't really understand what Monica was talking to him about.
Although the lyrics did play a somewhat key thing, like, take my hand, take my whole life too. And actually, for that original Can't Help Falling in Love video, I actually took inspiration through a different thing, through a different video of that same song.
Also, this was a question I wanted to ask you from the very beginning. What inspired you to start doing edits?
What inspired me?
Yeah, like, why did you want to do edits?
I don't know. I just mainly thought it was just some random one-off idea that I'm just like, why don't I do this? Why don't I do this and upload it to YouTube? I mean, it probably wouldn't get many views anyway, since it's likely a new thing, but look at me now.
Yeah, I mean, you've completely changed all of it so much. Like, I saw the one with the want some cereal.
Oh yeah, the Sunky one?
Yeah. Like, it was just a derpy Sonic with a flatbed with cereal on it.
Thank you. Okay.
Like, imagine just seeing a flatbed with a bowl of cereal on it. Like, what?
I guess that's the point. Like, it's like Sunky himself supposed to be the goofy rendition of Sonic.exe, and I guess I did a good job of making it seem goofy.
Yeah.
Like, goofy, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I also like the one where you made Alfred. Like, that looked difficult. Like, making Alfred.
Which one? The very first one? Or the LNER green?
The LNER green.
Oh. But when I made the LNER green one, I've already made 98462 or Alfred. I already made him once, so I just got to remember how I made him before.
Yeah, but this one looked a little bit more detailed than the last one. I mean, it had a very distinct features to an LNER B12.
Same with how I did for the earlier one beforehand.
Yeah, now also, I was shocked at how you did Mainland Studios' interpretation of 98462. Like, god dang, man.
Honestly, if I had the chance to redo it, I think I would, because he looks a little fat. He looks a little fat and he looks a little tall. He looks a little fat and tall.
Well, in my opinion, he looks good, man. I mean, it's not the 98462 I'd use in my universe, because I think 98462 in my universe would be a... You know what? I actually don't know what 98462 would be in my universe. He'd either be a B12 or some other LNER engine. Because, we all know what 87546 is in my headcanon.
In my headcanon, 87546 is an A2.
Yeah, in my universe, he is too. Like, the pillar bastard. Like, yeah, in my universe, both 98462 and 87546 arrived on Sodor, and they were just complete assholes. And then Alfred came along to replace 98462, and he was more kinder. And while 87546 was still being a total jerk to the engines, Alfred showed compassion. And we all know what happened to 87546. Sent back to the mainland, got screwed. What about 98462, 87546, and Alfred in your headcanon?
Many people say that Alfred and 98462 are the same engine, but for me, I'm saying that they're both two different engines. Like, they're siblings. 98462.
Yeah, that's what it is in my head.
And of course, for 87546, he's Raven A2. And as seen in my original fun fact video about my headcanon for him, and in the teasing community post for that edit, 98462, 87546 was definitely more of an ass to Joelle. Because he insulted Joelle in two ways. One, because of how Joelle is. Like, the R slur that mostly offends autistic people and whatnot, myself included.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just say it like this, engines that think London is King's Cross are utter fat R slur. And then Joel just, you son of a bitch. Fuck you.
Like, I got kind of confused there because 87546 is a Raven A2 when they were used on the LNER and King's Cross is the LNER's terminus. Why would he be against King's Cross?
Mainly, I guess because it's mainly just wanting to get under Joel's skin. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, he'd go that far to call the station on his railway a... that. Ugh.
And yeah, the Gresley A1s and 3s, what... Oh, that got you nailed. And yeah, the Gresley A1s and 3s, of course, were known to be kind of fat in boiler size. But, yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't have to deal with 87546 anymore because he is long gone. We don't have to deal with him.
Thank God.
Because if he was still around today on some preservation railway, I hope and pray for the engine on that. Yeah, I'd hope and pray for the engine to work
I
with
think
him.
Joelle or probably Monica, because this is for like the next chapter that's in development. But oh boy, should I tell it? Because it would be like,
Spoilers?
yeah, it would technically be spoilers, but yeah, let's just say Joelle tells Monica about it and gets a little misunderstood by Edward. As like be ranting and raving about 87546, Edward would have thought that Joelle was yelling at her for something she did before. Though.
I mean, come on, seriously, Edward. Joelle would never speak anything like that to her. Well, probably because,
I ain't saying anything else about the next chapter since, well, technically development has stopped for now. Technically development on the story has stopped for now because of, like the whole device thing.
Yeah.
Like, let me give some explanation about the whole device thing. Back in around Christmas time or something, around Christmas, the main phone that I used throughout the most of 2021, basically all of 2021, like all of 2021 but one edit, I used an older phone. And while I was developing Chapter 3, while I was developing the chapter that would feature Yuri's death as Monica's nightmare and the whole thing about Joelle talking to Monica and whatnot. Yeah, basically, while that development was happening, the older phone's phone charger ports burnt out because I was using it while it was charging, and it wouldn't really charge. So that's why I left the story on hold for now. To be honest, I didn't know that the events in Monica's story and the MRS misadventures were set. Yeah, they are separate. I ain't saying what the Monica's story actually is in the whole MRS thing and this whole mile AU for the Thomas characters, whatnot. But yeah, I ain't saying anything about that because it's major spoilers.
Yeah, you don't want to hear spoilers.
You already got enough out of me from the next chapter about Edward, Joelle, and Monica. You ain't hearing more.
Yeah. Hey, back on the subject of 87546, you want to hear an impression of him?
Alright, sure. Shoot.
Engines that think London is King's Cross are utter.
You son of a bitch. Fuck you.
Fight me, asshole.
Jesus Christ, if we engines had hands, I'd actually slap you. More like actually punch you. Like, if this was humanized after 87546 was said that, Joelle would have actually started to throw hands. Like, if this was like humanized and whatnot, Joelle would have actually started to throw hands.
Like, no.
Alright, come here.
No. Later. Oh!
Never test a patient man's rage.
Oh, fuck you too, bitch.
Oh, that comes.
But like I was talking about earlier, if 87546 was preserved on some heritage railway, I would be praying for the engines that have to work with him.
Either he'd still be a major ass, but also really racist to diesels, or maybe he would have matured and grown up.
Like, you bring up the racist diesels, and I just imagine him talking with a class 28, Boko's class at King's Cross. Like, the fuck are you doing here?
Your kind is not welcome here. And then that 28 diesel just my kind.
Your kind. Us demons have been having to put up with your stupid taking So why don't you just fuck off? I mean, 87546 being racist to diesels, like, that just sounds like good. I don't know how to describe it, but it would be bad.
God, and if these engines had since everything in real life happens in the Railway series, technically Twitter will eventually exist in the Railway series.
Like Thomas notices his driver just flicking on his phone. Driver, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just scrolling through Twitter. And Thomas is like,
what
Twitter?
is Twitter? And then, like, Thomas just, like, gets interested in this, and his driver asks, could you make me an account?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Like, imagine if Thomas just had a Twitter account. Like, oh my god.
It would be really weird, but also really funny. Just like Toby being one of the first ones to hear about it, because we know like Toby would be the neutral agent of chaos. Like Toby just like comes in, like whenever like Thomas is trying to post something, Toby just tries to distract them.
Thomas, what are you doing? Posting stuff on my Twitter. Excuse me? Posting stuff on my Twitter. Now, can you please not speak? I'm trying to record. Thomas, you realize that this is just stupid. Okay, Toby, shut up. Just leave me alone.
No, wait, with Toby's sense... No, I'm thinking with Toby's kind of sense of humor, while Thomas is recording, he'd just play Never Gonna Give You Up, just to Rickroll.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Toby! And Thomas is like, Toby!
Oh my gosh. We are two agents. We are two agents of chaoses, just thinking up of stupid ideas.
Jesus Christ. And yeah, since like Toby, of course, like we've heard from Tug, Edward has the kind of wisdom to be like an instructor, be like a mentor, and have younger agents as a pupil. Well, Toby's has the kind of wisdom we could get free candy out of a vending machine if you hit it a certain way. I have a feeling like Sayori and Joelle, like of course it's humanites, like Sayori is just trying to ask him about, like, she wants food, she's hungry or something like that, and Joel's just like, what happened to your other candy bar? And then Toby just walks by, and just he just hits the vending machine and something falls. Sayori's just like, oh, how did he do that?
Well, my like if my OC met your OC, like my original character, like me as a steam engine, would be the Great Western 7200, and those things are basically just giant tank engines.
I'm thinking Joel's
mean, like,
and hey, who gave this steroids? I'd just be like, hey, who gave your steroids?
And I just say, excuse me?
Sorry, dude. You just seem a little big for a tank engine. You seem a little big for a tank engine. Arthur and a buddy of mine, Charles, isn't any different, but bigger than that.
Yeah. But anyways, then I continue. Well, you're bigger than me.
That may be so.
I mean, the Great Western built me for power, and I am a lot more stronger than any other tank engine you'd ever meet. So why don't you just shove that? Why don't you just shove that steroid? I mean, reword it. Sorry, I'm slurring my words. Why don't you just shove that steroid stuff up your tender?
Alright, I will. Let me just find some of that Welsh coal. Apparently it's really expensive.
Okay, sorry, I'm not used to talking to engines from one of the different regions. I've been on the Western region all my life, and I've never met a Northeastern.
Never met a Northwestern, huh?
Nope, never. I only heard about this island a few days ago. Conveniently, my railway's right next to yours. The island of Glenvale, have you ever heard of it?
No, not really.
Well, it's a small island. We don't have much, but we have a good assortment of engines, and I've just been living my best life on that island. In work, I've been through a lot. Yeah, and my OC has a large burn mark on the left side of his face, which was from him trying to from a war incident. Like, that's something interesting if you wanted to know that.
Oh my god, that's a lot of coaches. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Like, I'm sure Joelle had to face World War II, right? Like, did he?
I mean, definitely. I'm pretty sure he would. Like, I'm thinking Joelle and like. I'm just thinking of the timeline of events here. As far as Robbie, one of my OCs, he was the prototype E2 with the extended tanks, and also a little so they could navigate the rails easier.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the cost of water and coal capacity. So yeah, Robbie has basically been on the Northwestern from the start at 1915 when Thomas brought him over. But he's been in a comatose state until like the mid 30s when he was restored and brought back to working order. He woke up.
Well,
imagine being in a
my original character.
Imagine being in a 20 or
what were you gonna like wow. Like, you're in a coma and you wake up and everything around you is different. Like, it's not the same as it used to be.
Although the reason for Robbie's coma was actually a really bad accident on the LBSC. He was shunting some tankers. His driver got clueless and rammed him into those tankers a little too fast with speed, and it caused a big boom.
Yeah, well, oh dear.
And yeah, that explosion knocked him out into a coma and left him in a really bad state of repair.
Yeah, well, my original character, the 7200, he got his war scar, the big burn mark on the left side of his face, from trying to push some fuel tankers that had been set ablaze during a blitz in Oxford. He shunted them for about 2 miles before they exploded. He was knocked unconscious, and he basically was put into a coma. And he woke up like 10 years later after the whole entire accident. Wasn't as long as Robbie's incident, but still it affected him a lot.
Honestly, it was a rather miracle that Robbie didn't die throughout like the initial accident or through his coma. It was honestly a miracle that Robbie didn't die throughout all that time.
Yeah. Like, it's hard to imagine that an engine being in a coma for that long and they still survive. I mean, don't even get me started on the situation with the yeah. I mean, don't even get me started on the situation with the black and green waters. You know those from Victor Tanzik?
Black and green waters?
Like, black water is basically this type of liquid that puts an engine down under, we shall say. They only give it to...
It buzzes them up a little bit, gets them a little drunk. For my case, it's sparkling water.
No. Not like that. Like, it puts them into a deep sleep that they never wake up from. It's basically for engines that are too far gone for repair and are needed to be scrapped. Green water is the stuff that puts you under.
Although as far as like the putting you under thing, like getting them drunk, I'd say for me it's the sparkling water.
Well, putting them under, like in situations where they needed to repair them, from situations like something bad like metal fatigue. Yeah, this is a part of the line that you haven't seen yet.
Oh.
Yeah, it curves around.
That's a little charming here.
Yeah, this line leads to the terminus I was talking about earlier. Oh, and I think just up ahead is the munition facility I was talking about, somewhere up the line. It's just a little area with a green little Hunslet shunter with some vans. Now, right, yeah, it's on the other side of that hill. Take a turn right here, and you should see it right here. This is it.
Oh.
A little Hunslet guy right here.
That's pretty cool.
And if you read the side of those vans, I can't actually read what they say. What do they say?
Roosevelt Gunpowder Co. vans.
Yep. Munitions. This is basically a munitions factory. That's just gunpowder. If you continue further on, you'll go to the terminus. Which,
straightforward.
Oh, wait, you're going on? You just took the wrong track because the switch was set. And, come down through here, which is some wood-like area. There should be a turn up here, which, yeah, there's a lot of woodland area right here.
Imagine there's a Slenderman Easter egg somewhere in here.
Actually, that might be a little bit difficult for me because I cannot find anything. That would be an interesting Easter egg. Yeah, this is just a station area. 3 tracks kind of remind me of Wellsworth Station if it had a yard.
Huh.
No. Right here, this is not the terminus. This is just a small station.
Hey.
Just to be clear, that engine does not run. It cannot be controlled by the controller. And what the frustrating is about it is the engines in the shed cannot be controlled either, and one of them is a GT3. Actually,
facing backwards there. Okay.
Yeah, one of my original characters is the GT3.
Okay.
In the headcanon for that is the GT3 was meant to be an experimental turbine engine. The engine was it was used for experiments on British Railways main line, but a little bit after, the engine was found useless after a little while, and the engine was replaced. After that, the engine was sold to Barry, where it was found by the owners of the island of the railway that runs along the island of Glenville. And the engine was given a name after the person that founded the railroad on the island of Glenville, Kent.
Okay. Since that guy also went to Barry's scrapyard, I think I would have stumbled upon 3 engines, 3 other steam engines there. A little old tender engine, and 2 tank engines. A Ginty, a Trojan modified Peckett, and a K2.
Who might those engines be?
The Furness K2, that one is Meiji, aka MC. And the other 2 engines, the Ginty and the Trojan modified Peckett, those two are technically OCs that don't really belong to me, but I was given permission to use them.
Yeah, Joelle, if you go back the other way from that little section that looked unfinished inside tunnel, you keep going, it'll lead you to the terminus. There's actually, that's where Welsh's OC spawns. Like the engine that's based off his OC. That's where it spawns. You know, one thing, the most common tank engine that people can think of off the top of their head has got to be the Ginty.
Oh. I mean, aside from the E2, probably the Ginty, yeah?
And this is the Terminus.
This is giving me odd Vickerstown vibes. I'm seeing it. This is giving me Vickerstown vibes.
Yeah. There is a part where you can go underneath it. Yeah, if you can
But
see the...
since I'm not small, I can't really go underneath there. Since I'm not small, I can't really see underneath and close up.
And in the back area, there is the sheds. Like, yeah, this does give me Vickerstown vibes all of a sudden. And in the back area, there's this tunnel, and to your left is the sheds.
Hey, there's a J50 here.
Yeah, and
There's a J50.
click on some of the spawns, like right here. Click those two right here. Like the GCR and the Pannier. Like, yeah, there's the GCR engine right there and the stall to the very far. Like, it's what, it's basically like the Robinson Atlantic, except it's not. And then I think the green button is for wait, I don't.
A Barclay.
I think the no. Barclay. I think that's the green engine on the far left stall. I don't see the spawn for the Great Western engine. I swear it was at the wait, maybe it's at the very back of the oh yeah, the Pannier. And it should spawn.
If the character could stay still, that is.
Yeah, I was very surprised that there would be a J50 in the game. Like a very obscure engine just to add into a branch line. Oh, it's just backing up to the water tower. Like, this kind of reminds me of the edit you did with Yuri and what was that FNF's name with the skull for the head?
Tabby? With Tabby?
Like the edit you did with Yuri and that Ivet tank engine with the skeletal head.
Yeah, Tabby, that's his name.
Yeah, I could see the J50 in the side shot just pushing Tabby.
And there's the Barclay.
It kind of looks like the J50, except it has side rods.
Well,
And,
outside function. Yeah.
Yeah, pistons. I meant to say pistons, not side rods. This is the end of the branch line. So far, anyways. I'm pretty sure Welsh will be doing a fourth video to promote some sort of newer edit. Yeah, the engine from the Gunpowder Company is right here pulling a passenger train.
Yeah, Welsh was controlling that one. Jesus.
Now, one thing, this game, if it ever gets any bigger, I might be thinking that this game might just be evolving into some sort of a British Railways game. Because if they add any more, god damn, wonder what will be next. Because they have a J50, a Pannier, a Robinson-type steam engine, several Barclays, a Terrier, a 4F, a 14XX, and several Peckets. This might be... I mean, this is just a branch line scattered with industrial complexes and passenger stations and goods yards. But this seems like the perfect game just to play on a just a regular day.
Let alone if you have a PC.
What was that?
Let alone if you have a PC.
Yeah. I do actually have a laptop which I play most Roblox games on. It gives me the ability to use a proper mouse. Because I used to play Roblox on my iPad. Well, the one that I had before it broke. Now this is something I like. This little area with all the water.
It's all fun and games until one day for April Fools, this just becomes a bottomless pit and you just fall to your death.
Right. Because some games will just make the water, but they won't make the ground underneath it. Hey, that's a cute little detail right there. There's a boat traveling through the water. It's a tugboat.
Yeah, he's just minding his own business. Listen, minding his own business.
Yeah. Actually, look. If you look at the stone bridge, it's on the river. It looks too low. Like, from this perspective, how does the tug get underneath it? If you look at the height of the tug, you can see that it will not fit underneath the bridge. The stack is too tall. Oh look, here comes one of the packets. Wow. I didn't know a pick could haul this much.
But yeah, as far as the Gentiosi, Akari, that's her name. Like how Duck has worked on Houston, like how Duck has worked in Paddington.
Yeah.
Like how Duck has worked in Paddington. Akari has worked in Houston, the London terminus for the LMS.
Yeah. King's Cross, London's Euston. Everybody knows that.
Rubbish. London's Paddington. Paddington, you hear? I know. I've worked there.
They argued till they went to sleep. They argued when they woke up. They were still arguing when the other engine went away. Stupid thing.
I have no patience. Stupid yourself.
London's Paddington. Paddington, you hear? Stop arguing, you two.
Stop arguing, you two. Shut the fuck up. You make me tired.
Well, you can just go and fuck off yourself. Okay, Gordon, for the love of God, please shut up. I don't care what you guys are talking about. I just want some sleep. So please stop arguing. You've been arguing for freaking 24 hours!
All day.
Like, Gordon just leaves, and Duck just storms off too.
Although it's
Joelle?
awkward because they're both generally going the same direction, so it's just awkward because they just leave.
Joelle, I figure sometimes that I can't even handle the engines on this railway. You're literally the only engine that literally I can tolerate. Because everyone else here is just fucking idiots.
You never know.
Wait, you can speak first.
You never know who you can meet. Besides, I know some friends back on the MARS, the Northwestern's partner company.
The MAR what now?
The MARS, Monica Asano's rail service.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, one of my sisters. Oh, my Doncaster sister works there. Pretty Foley was her original name.
What was your Doncaster sister's name?
Her current name is Yuri. Her past name was Pretty Polly.
Pretty Polly works there?
Yeah, Pretty Polly, as well as Panier, numbered 5761.
You know, I've actually met her before.
Really?
A long time ago, I was on an exchange trial at King's Cross, and she was the sweetest engine you could ever meet. Bit chatty, though.
many engines would definitely say if she was human, you'd always see a prep in her step.
Yeah. Like, actually, later in the Gordon Goes Foreign story, like me and you were just we are at Vickerstown, and we just see all the failed attempts Gordon does.
Yes. Fuck. Take a look at this guy.
Like in my headcanon, I actually trial on Sodor for a little bit, and I'm the station pilot at Vickerstown when this is happening. He tried to stop before the coaches could be uncoupled. Like, I'm holding Gordon back. What the?
Come on.
Gordon, the coaches have to be uncoupled first before you can leave. But how are you holding me back? I don't know. I guess I'm just that strong. Well, fuck.
Why do the Thomasify DDLC characters have Japanese names instead of English names? The class originally made in the United Kingdom.
As you heard, Yuri's name used to be pretty appalling until she changed it. And I'm not so sure about the other characters. Well, that's Joelle's job, not mine.
And Monica itself the Monica name itself technically be an English name, technically. Although the way it's spelt is more along the lines of German, with a K instead of a C.
Hey, I got some names for Sayori and Natsuki. Natalie and Sally.
Perhaps they would have chosen those names just because they wanted to sound a little more unique.
Yeah, they probably got the inspiration from like a visitor from Japan who was on their railway, and they chose those names.
Hero?
No, like a passenger from Japan was visiting their railway, and they both had a conversation with it, and they just liked how he was so kind and how he talked about his culture that they decided to give themselves Japanese names, Natsuki and Sayori.
Huh. Although, yeah, Natsuki herself actually had an original name before, well, yeah.
What was the original name?
Sayori in the past, she generally didn't really have a name.
Just her number?
Yeah, that's her number.
I just don't like it when there are stories of an engine only being giving a number instead of a name. That just makes them look like a peasant. Because they aren't designated a name. They're just designated by their number. Like older engines just call them by their numbers. Just AU. They just call the number. Fetch my coaches for me, please. Like, the older engines would just be pricks to the engines that seemed like peasants to them.
I'm thinking the Japanese passenger would have actually talked. Of course, he would have still talked to Sayori, but I'm thinking they would have also talked to Yuri at the time.
Yeah.
And like Natsuki would just listen from afar and just be like, you know, I want my name changed too. If their name's changed, I'm changing mine too.
Hey, do you remember that joke I made during the other stream about when you see Tonker on a siding?
Oh boy. Like Sayori would definitely just look at it funny. She'd just be like, what is that?
I have no idea, my dear. Let me try and talk to it. Hello? Is anyone there?
It's a little thing when you really talk.
Yeah, it's just a bland smoke box door. Hello?
More like just a front.
That's it? That's kind of pathetic if you ask me. It's just some stupid... The engine's faceless, crying out loud. Suddenly it just blasts its whistle.
I'm thinking the way how like the face engines would work, like the just the smoke box work. I'm thinking only like a couple would actually have. A couple of them would actually be able to speak. I'm thinking only one that would be able to speak would just be the Marklin.
Yeah, like some faceless engines wouldn't have faces, but they would have the ability to speak, while another half of Britain's engines would be faceless. Like
And just
half of the engines are non-faceless, while the other half are faceless.
That is an interesting thing to talk about.
I mean, it would be awkward if me and you were just sitting in the shed and there's just a J93 next to us that's just faceless. Do you think it can talk?
I don't know.
Hello? Is anyone there? Yes, it doesn't talk. I can. Even though I don't have a face, I can still talk, Ah! I mean, it just would be awkward just to see a faceless engine. Like, you're expecting to talk to an engine, except you just see a smoke box.
Sheesh. And if you want to know how, of course, you've technically seen how Spirit Sayori looks. I'm thinking there's an edit I plan to do in the future that shows the rest of the spirits along with Spirit Sayori again. But yeah, as far as Spirit Natsuki, she, of course, because the face like twisted off, and yeah, it fell off. It fell off in the turntable well. So yeah, it would just be a smoke box door with smeared blood. But like, despite it being dead, and of course there's no smoke box door, you can somehow feel like it's just staring
at you. Like, god damn. Like, you're sitting in a yard and a faceless engine just comes onto your line and it just stops in front of you. And yet it's faceless, but you feel like it's staring at you.
God, it just wouldn't be pleasant at all. Yeah, look at this guy, the world's strongest engine. What? Look at this guy.
We are not doing that again. Diesel literally failed to do this.
Somehow this guy can. The Marklin engine is an engine who originally came on Soder at the same time as Henry, but he actually has his face. I also have a friend that's German, so I can get him as a VA.
The idea of an engine's face appearing on them when they come to Sodor and they just keep it when they leave is kind of weird. Because I think the idea is that engines were built, and when they were given their first firing, their faces just appeared on the smoke box. That's what I think. And some engines were left faceless. Like, their faces didn't appear, so they just left them as faceless. And anyways, one thing that really ticks my OC off is jackass steam locomotives who think they're better than everyone.
87546.
Yeah, like, I'll tell you this.
Especially
Back during the 40s, when he was in a bunch of these exchange trials going between railroads, because he was never staying in one place. That was his life.
I think he would have been on the MRS at one point, just for like a few days, and then he would have left.
Yeah, that would have been before his accident. Since in the late 30s and 40s, that was World War II, because he was transferred around a lot to different places to work. And in my headcanon, he was transferred over to King's Cross, where he met both 98462 and 87546 in LNER green, not in the NWR blue that we see. And he just sailed up alongside 87546 because 98462 is at a water tower far away from the sheds. And like, oh, I see we finally have a Great Westerner here. What's that supposed to mean? Well, that means that we finally have an engine that we can finally teach. Are you saying that I don't know anything? Of course not. You Westerners think you're so high and mighty when all you really can do is just sit back and watch us. Okay, then you can just shut up, because I don't care about you Northeasterners, because I was taught that you Northeasterners are just show-offs. You don't care about anything. Well, fuck you. Yeah, you be a prick. I'm gonna go and do my work like a sensible engine.
Oh no. Oh. Okay, never mind. It's good. I was thinking these two trains were going to collide, but then I just see this point over here switched. Oh, never mind.
Hey, like, because, sorry, I'm just trying to think of something here for a second. What if, since my OC was built in 1938, and yours was built a lot more earlier, do you think we would have met before Sodor during my exchange trials?
Because Joelle wouldn't have arrived on the Northwestern and been bought until somewhere around, like, mid-50s, maybe? Yeah.
Like, let's set the setting, if you know what I mean. Like, it's the 1950s, diesels are starting to be put into full swing, Joelle's still on the mainland, and we meet at some point in the middle of the Great Western and the London Northeastern Railway. Like, at a station of some sorts. I pull up, I'm all dirty and grimy, pulling up mixed goods, and you're just sitting at the platform with a passenger train.
Although, for me, I wouldn't look as pretty. I wouldn't really look as pretty, since, BR black.
Yeah, you're just sitting there. You're not as grimy as me, because I'm covered in coal dust, grime, dirt, and I'm just overall just horrible looking.
Oh no! Jesus, man.
Sorry. I've just been working myself ragged. You just see my great logo just scratched out and just my British Railways number plate on my bunker.
Wow.
So, I see you're still pulling passengers.
Yeah. Although I apparently heard to a couple of workmen here, they actually do plan to replace me with some sort of diesel. Replace me with some diesel.
I feel sorry for you, I really do. I wish I could do something to help, but I'm a little bit busy. I've been working myself back and forth. British Railways hasn't even retired me. I've just been doing the odd jobs that anything will do. Around the 50s, I was showing my age, and I was, these special designed glasses were fitted onto the engine, fitted onto me. Like, they were giant glasses, and they were welded to the sides of my smoke box.
Like how I did the mask in the one edit, when like the straps of the mask were like bolted down on the smoke box.
Yeah. You just see that one of my lenses is just cracked. My copper cap funnel is just smudged in dirt. Well, I can't stay long. I've got other work to do. Oh, and by the way, what's your name?
Well, it's Sunstar.
I'm sorry?
It is Sunstar.
Sunstar. That's a proper name. I don't really have a name. I just have my number. 7248. Just then the signal just changes. That's my go. I'll see you around, Sunstar, if we ever meet again.
See you around sometime.
And I just leave. And you realize that's how British Railways is now running their steam engines. They're just running them into the ground. And you just feel very sorry for what you just seen. A dirty old steam engine completely rusty, dirty, grimy, in a real workhorse, if you know what I mean. Man, it's just, I have so many ideas for the future, but limited resources to do them.
Well, sometimes you got to make do out of what you have to make what you want. That's how I do it. Just make do with what I have.
Yeah. Well,
and yeah, about she was actually the first, as far as like in my AU, because of the success of the first Trojan being Natsuki, her original name was actually Katie Piper.
Katie Piper?
Yeah,
Really?
Katie Piper.
That's interesting.
And because of her success with odd shunting jobs, 3 other Trojans were actually built. She was
assuming one of those was Percy.
Yeah, Natsuki's 1340A. 1340B is Lacey Garter, now known as Grace, girlfriend from Friday Night Funkin'.
Yeah.
1340C, Fox Pup, otherwise known as Zitty or Tails.
Yeah.
And then 1340D, Trojan. That is Percy.
So Percy, in your headcanon, is Trojan?
Yeah, the last Trojan class built by Abington because of Natsuki's success.
So in your headcanon, Trojan never went to the Didcot Railway Center.
He went to the Northwestern.
In my headcanon, the Northwestern Railway did start with the Sodor and Mainland, the Wellsworth and Sudbury, and the Tidmouth, Knapford, and Elsbridge railways, forming into one railway. The first big express engines that were brought to the railway were, of course, 98462 and 87546. Around the time that the Northwestern Railway was thriving, they purchased a small tank engine with 6 small wheels, a short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. The engine was 107.
What? 107?
Yep. And that engine was Thomas. But he hadn't had his name yet. 107 was piloting at Knapford for a short time until he met one of the older engines from the Tidmouth, Knapford, and Elsbridge Railway, known as Edward. And Edward was a much older engine than Thomas, which made Thomas feel a little... Hold on, I'm trying to work this. Just give me a second, man, if I sound like I'm just making complete trash up right now.
That's fine. For me, my headcanon timeline for the whole Thomas thing, it's a hybrid of the model series and the railway series.
Yeah. And so Thomas kind of looks up to Edward since Edward's a lot more older. And Edward decides to teach Thomas how to do duties in a shunting yard. And sooner or later, Thomas is repainted in Northwestern colors, but he does not have his number 1. 98462, in my universe, he thinks he's going to be the number 1 since he was the first engine to be bought second before 87546. And 87546 was going to be number 2. However, 98462 did something reckless by trying to run a passenger train earlier to Brendam to Knapford Harbor. Instead, he drove himself right off of a quay, and somehow his coaches and his tender stayed on the rails while he went for a dive, you might say. The controller was not pleased, and he did not give 98462 the number 1. Instead, he gave it to Thomas, as Thomas had been working really hard trying to prove his place on the Northwestern Railway. And Edward was given number 2. Since he was one of the oldest engines on the railway, the Fat Controller decided to make him number 2. This made 98462 and 87546 jealous, which made them despise the two. Around this time, Henry arrived to be the new express engine. But as you know, Henry had his teething troubles and his whole problem with his hybrid design. Then, Gordon on. And 98462 and 87546 were happy to see fellow LMS engine. However, after an accident involving a signal box at Knapford after Gordon smashed his tender through it, he had to be given what was available at the works, a Fowler tender, which made 98462 and 87546 think Gordon was doing it because he didn't like the tender that he was gifted with. So they despised Gordon for that simple, stupid tender. Gordon didn't like it either, but it was what they had. Then you probably know the rest of the story. 98462 and 87546 were sent away, and Henry became number 3, Gordon became number 4, and you know about James, Percy, Toby, etc., etc.
Yep.
Basically, everything leading up to the story of Thomas, leading up to the story that starts with Thomas as a tank engine, like that stuff. It's a little bit deep dive into the Reverend W. Audrey's 3 railways combining into the Northwestern, and the 2 first big engines were 98462 and 87546. In my headcanon, 98462 was preserved, and he is the engine that is in the place of the B12 of the green B12 that's preserved today.
So he had green B12.
No, he was repainted into his green LNER apple green colors, and he's that. What's the number of the preserved B12 that's preserved today?
Beats me. I never really paid too much attention to that.
57 something. Yeah, he's that engine that's preserved. As for 87546, he was scrapped during the 1950s. He finally got his.
He finally got karma.
Yeah. He thought he was invincible when he was brought down to Earth and he was shown hell.
Brought down to Earth and shut up at the Cutter's Torch.
Yep. I like to think that the workers were just tired of hearing him yell, that they just welded a piece of metal across his mouth just to keep him shut. Like,
only then did he finally learn that he isn't invincible.
Like he'd see a bunch of engines around him at Doncaster pleading to be saved, or like finally accepting their fates, and he's just finally realized that it's not him that's on top of the world. He's not a king of sorts. He's just a normal engine, just like everyone else. And no one, not even the workmen, when he was being cut up, could hear his muffled cries for help.
Oh God, they're both gonna ram. They're both gonna crash. Oh God.
Oh God. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Oh, no. Oh. That was scary.
Well, this has been interesting. I've finally, when I actually was wanting to join this, I actually was kind of nervous to try and talk to you. But no, I've just been chilling and talking to you the entire time.
Just like Neko, when she and I first met. She was a subscriber just like you. And when she wanted to talk to me, she was really nervous as well.
Well, I may not be one of your friends, but I am a very good subscriber and I love the work you do.
May or may not. Who knows? May or may not.
But really, man, you do amazing work, and I love everything that you do. So you can expect me tuning into every single live stream when I can.
Okay.
Okay. And one other thing that interests me is the one thing that I can never keep straight is the Island of Sodor lore. I always keep changing something. If I see something new, I'll add it to the lore. If something old doesn't make sense, I'll remove it. It's literally changing for my headcanon. And I watched the video from the Tallyclin Railway channel when Tim Dunn did a lecture on Audrey's Christmas notes about the Skarloey Railway, the Mid-Sodor, and the Colden Fell.
Mm-hmm.
Those things had a lot of information on those three railways, and especially since that Neil survived a lot more longer than we thought he would. That he was sold to the Crovens Gate Mining Company and re-gauged to narrow gauge standards. Like, he was re-gauged. And he worked there and worked himself to scrap metal and died.
He actually died?
Well, he worked himself to scrap.
Wasn't withdrawn, wasn't hit by the cutter's torch or anything?
Nope. He just worked himself to bits, as they might say.
Boiler explosion, likely?
Probably. I mean, he was re-gauged to narrow to this. He was re-gauged, and he worked on the Skarloey Railway. That was something I never knew about. Re-gauging a standard gauge engine to narrow gauge track. I was like, huh?
That's just insane.
Well, I just like to talk about a lot of history about railways, how steam engines were the most amazing type of machinery that man's ever built, man. You may know a little bit about railways, but I have been studying a lot of this since I was 10. I am now 15 years old.
Been studying all that for 5 years.
Yep. I didn't even know some of the things that I know now back then. I knew that there were 3 railways, but then when I got older, I understood them a lot more better. The big 4 railways. And then in the 40s, when they were formed into British Railways, and in the 50s, when nationalization occurred. Man. I also like some of the other headcanons that people have. Original stories of original characters. Like the Newton Abbott series.
Richard?
What?
Or even Richard?
Oh yeah, Richard. You know, I like Richard. He's a good character. Working a Southern Engine into the model series.
Hold up. Okay.
Like, my goodness, man. It was perfect. I also like the series Crossed Lines, which is a series about a railroad called the Waterdown. Is a railway, which is a preservation railway, which runs long after British Railways is steam on the main line. However, I think it's still fit in the 70s because there's a lot of old diesels like Class 40s, 08s, and Class 14s. I know you like to stick most to steam engines, but I do like a few diesels from the British Railways era, like the Class 13, the Master and the Slave.
Although I technically do have an OC that is useful, and that is Robotnik, Eggman. Especially since I made starved like Jesus.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
the triple trouble at it.
Yeah, do you know what a Class 13 looks like? It's basically 208s, but the forever together, except the front one doesn't have a cab. It's basically the cab has been chopped halfway, and it's just some sort of a cover on top of it.
Oh, wait, the train's been connected halfway. Wait.
What?
You left the back half of the train behind.
Oh dear. Well, the Class 13 is basically a concept called the master and the slave, as the rear diesel controls the front as well, which the rear diesel is the master and the front is the slave. The slave has no ability to control itself, so the rear diesel has to control the front. You can look it up. There's pictures of it. So it's weird looking. I think that's why they only built a few. You know, one thing that really interests me is industrial lines, like collieries, steelworks, stuff like that. Interests me because they use a handful of Peckett's, austerities, other tiny tank engines. Like, it's just so amazing to see all these little coaling pipes.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Like, see, that's what I said could happen. These engines could no-clip into each other. Like, my God, that's one problem with these RO scale games.
If this wasn't Tom Toy's Land or either they just yeah, or the trains just go ape shit.
Yeah, yeah. And in Blue Train with Friends, there's this little mechanic that if you run alongside, if you get too close to the engine, like it touch its cab or its wheels, the engine will just go flying.
They just go wee.
I'm a one-eyed wee. Wee. I'm also a guy that likes memes.
Yes, we got drama in game. Oh boy, this Beckett's getting awfully handsy with that 1400. Oh, there it goes.
I banish you to the Shadow Realm. Oh,
I banish you to the Shadow Realm. No, much better.
Hold up. Like I told you in that thing with you banishing 87546 to the Shadow Realm. Like I
banish you to the Shadow Realm.
No.
Much better. Oh no, here they go again. They're gonna hit.
He's like,
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I don't know. You better stop.
Another fun fact, the creator of this game doesn't like DLC. I assume it's because of the psychological horror and whatnot from... Yeah? If so, yeah, I completely understand that.
I just thought of something funny. In my headcanon, there is a museum on the island of Glenville that is at the end of the line that has a bunch of things. Like it even has a railgun on display. If 7546 was still, if you would grab that railgun and you chase his ass down.
I'm just like 87546, and you're just like, what? I'm just like, the giant railgun. Hey, cheese.
We both have railguns. It's like, hey, shithead, what? Surprise,
say
motherfucker! Like,
say cheese.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Surprise, motherfucker! Surprise, motherfucker!
We just chase him down the main line. They're going to kill me.
Jesus. Not really the horror, it's more of the anime style and probably the characters. Alright.
君はしてねえ。お前はもう死んでる。何? Hold up. Sometimes I do like to do little funnies, but also sometimes I like to be serious about stuff. Because running a railroad is being serious. It's no fun in games.
Lives could be hurt. Many people can die if something goes wrong.
Yes.
Honestly, that's why I hate public servers of Thomas games. They don't take it seriously. I mean,
Yeah,
sure,
because,
it's a game,
like,
but come on,
I
dude.
mean, if there was a crowded server of people that just cared about railways, they would be doing everything right. They would be right roading, they would obey signals, they would be shunting at slow speeds, they wouldn't be racing down the main line at excess speeds. They'd be doing everything that a proper railway would do. But that's very rare. And usually full servers...
They just have people that spam spawn, they have people that just go in excess speed, they crash other engines. Sure, like, at this point, I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. At this point, I don't care. Join them. I don't care. I'm just going to join them. I don't really care.
Well,
if it's a public server, then I don't care. If it's a private server, then I'll take care.
Well, if you can't beat them, join them.
That's exactly my motto. Nice to know that someone's speaking my language.
Yes. Yeah, you can see right here this little detail of a truck that has a packet on it.
Huh.
Originally, that packet was grimy, rusty. It had a cap on, like it had a tarp on its funnel, like those little caps, like Oliver had in the Railway series.
Oh, like the little that covers the top of the funnel.
Yeah, that little bag. And now the packet's all fixed up.
Huh.
Shining that great Western Brunswick green. Yeah, this is the engine works. If you looks like they're building something else. Hold up. Also, they have details on the outside of the workshop as well. Oh
no! What happened here?
Well, let's just ignore that and let's go somewhere else.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Wait, you see the little doorway that leads to the leaderboard where you could press the shrink button? Yeah, if you go in the back, there's a little area back there that tells you the people that who created what. Like the devs. Like who made what.
Maybe not this guy.
He must be one of the admin engines because he's nowhere on the map and he has a face. There's also a diesel, which must be another admin engine. Yeah, that tank engine right there. I'm figuring the engines with faces must be admin engines. Box Hill, we've seen him. And
that little
the ball. I feel like, yeah, literally me and you are literally the only ones talking on this stream.
I think so.
Yeah, there's a shelf with all the engines right here. Yeah, the engines have been revamped since the last time that I've been here. Because if you look up at the top, oh wait, no, they have been updated since then. But they used to look a little bit more dull. They don't look like that now.
They don't have that sheen.
Yeah. Do you see that little red engine on the shelf right there?
The little 16-looking guy?
Yeah. You can find him at the harbor. He has a spawn there at the harbor. Yeah, for some reason, that tank, that Hunslet right there next to the tram, it has Welsh's colors.
Red and black.
They also have a bunch of other rolling stock as well. Now, this game has potential if it expands more and more. Because they might be adding more bigger engines and a lot more better stuff. It'll just be a lot more better if they just keep adding stuff. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if they added an A3 in here. Then you'd be happy.
If only I could control it, though. If only I would control it, then I would be happy if I could control it.
Right.
which I can't because I'm using an Xbox controller and not a PC.
Right.
Is it-
Yeah. And you just want a new controller, like right now. You know the one thing about this branch line is that it has no diesels.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. What?
I was saying the one thing about this branch line is that it has no diesels.
Huh.
If you can look high and low, but you can't find a single.
Ooh.
Ooh. If that were real life, it would have. If that were real life, the engine would have crashed. It would have crashed through the wooden coaches and just splintered it. There was actually I actually saw a picture of that once. A
coach has been crushed.
A Southeastern and Chatham Railway engine crashed through the back of a wooden coach.
They just shattered, basically.
Yeah. And the one thing about wooden coaches is that they can catch fire. They can go.
That reminds me.
Coaches are more fragile.
That just reminds me of the B12 bullies thing that I saw some time ago. When 98462 and 97546, the two B12s, they were pulling like a whole bunch of those gaslit wood coaches. Yeah, those things caught fire real fast.
Yeah.
So many deaths, so many screams. Even 2 engines died. Damn.
Oh boy. Yeah, fires can be a real hazard on railways. Like, they can spread more faster because there could be they could have come from a coal, a wagon, or could have come from the engine itself, flying sparks from its funnel. Because there have been incidences where trains have caught fire, since most of the rolling stock is made of wood. Like wooden plank wagon.
Oh, so the Richard Sparknote story isn't exactly too far off. Same with the Stress of the Express story with Gordon. I guess it wasn't too far off.
Hey, one other thing. Hey, also in my headcanon, do you know? I also have something for Murdoch in my headcanon. You want to know about it?
Huh. What's up?
Yeah, I have something for Murdoch. It's based off of someone else's headcanon, but it's something I take. Anyways, do you know the Licky Incline?
The Licky Incline?
Like the Licky Incline with Big Bertha? Like, in my headcanon, yeah, it's basically the biggest hill in all of Britain for railroads. They used an assortment of engines there to bank trains, since it was the biggest hill in all of the railways of Britain. They had several engines there that were classified as the banking engine and were given a specific headlamp. That headlamp was passed down from engine to engine, and it finally reached Bertha, or Big Bertha, as we know her by, the 010 banker. Yeah, in my headcanon, Bertha was replaced by Murdoch, as in real life, the engine Big Bertha was replaced by a 9F.
Huh.
So, in that story, Bertha is replaced by Murdoch, yet she doesn't tell him. And throughout the time he's there, before she's sent off to Stratford, she trains him to be a banker, because Murdoch's never banked in his life. He's never banked a train up a hill. So Bertha helps him. And actually, Ginty's there as well. Ginty is also there when Murdoch's becoming a new banker.
Like Ginty himself? Like, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Ginty. Him. Yeah, he's also he speaks in a more of a English tone, if you know what I mean. Like mixed, it's sort of a tiny mix of Scottish and a more of a English mix. Anyways, Murdoch can't go up the hill. Can't bank trains alone because Bertha's been always banking with him. So anytime that he has to do it alone, he usually asks Ginty and some of his friends, which are also Ginties, because the Licky Incline had only one tank engine to spare. That was Ginty's. Imagine if all of the Ginties were named Ginty.
How can you tell which one's which? And then just Ginty is just like, okay, let me introduce you to some of my friends or brothers more like. But we got Ginty, 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 and Ginty. Yeah, you got that SpongeBob joke.
Excuse me, but yeah, all of you are named Ginty.
Yeah, what's your deal?
How can you tell which is which?
Oh, numbers.
No, wait, don't tell me. Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. Oh, by your numbers. But why don't you all have different names? Like, pick a name. Just don't use Ginty as your name.
I don't know. That's what we were allotted to when we were built.
Well, maybe. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that's actually very funny plot if you think about it. But thankfully, none of the Ginties were not called Ginties in the Thomas and Friends headcanon. They all had different names. Ginty was named Ginty. Very, very original. When he popped out of the workshop, he just wanted to be named Ginty. Like, Workman walks up. Okay, so what do you want to be named?
Just Ginty. Be basic. Just call me Ginty. I want to be basic.
Basic, but you can choose any name that you want.
And Ginty is the one I choose.
Okay. Okay, just Ginty. Okay. Anyways, back to the Murdoch headcanon. And in the story, I'm not gonna get too story pride with this, but Murdoch conquers banking by himself, and then later that night after he does it, he realizes that Bertha's big lamp that you usually see on her in pictures has been removed. Because whenever they do that, they pass it on to the next main banking engine. Next morning, Murdoch wakes up to find Bertha not in the shed, and a cleaner tells him what happened and why he was brought to the Licky in the first place. And he's heartbroken, because he realizes why he was brought to the Licky now, to replace her. And during the time that he was banking, he was given her headlamp. And he continues to wear it to this very day. I mean, it's an interesting headcanon that Murdoch decides to keep the lamp in honor of Bertha. And in my headcanon, Murdoch isn't painted in that orange-like color. He's painted in a more of a LMS maroon, like in his concept art.
Alright.
Like, do you just keep Murdoch like the TV series, or would you like to have him in LMS maroon to mix up with Railway series and stuff?
I'm just thinking, like, make him similar yet different. Mix up both paint job designs. Keep the orange, but add black wheels, black accents, gold lining. Like, instead of the gold, it'd be that green that he has.
Yeah. That actually is a good idea. Have the black wheels and the headlamp broadly sitting atop of his smoke box. And I mean, engines would kind of be some would be jealous, some would just be annoyed at it. Like, why do you have to have a giant headlamp above your smoke box? And Murdoch doesn't want to tell them, but he just completely ignores them. He just ignores that compliment and just moves on. Or not compliment, I mean subject. Yeah, looking at the gunpowder. Imagine me and you just were assigned together to work at a gunpowder facility. The Peckett tank engine's like, all right, here's what you got to do. You got to shunt the gunpowder vans into their proper sidings. Don't mess up, or else this entire place will explode. Do you understand me?
I'll try. I'll certainly try.
Later, one of the gunpowder vans was set on fire. Oh my god, it's on fire!
Oh no! Get it out of here! Get it out of here!
Then minutes later, just boom! Alright, lads, I'm back. Like, the entire place just goes up in flames. Alright, lads, I'm back. I hope you didn't. Are you serious? I was gone for 5 minutes, and you destroyed. 5 minutes, and you destroyed the entire facility. I didn't mean to. I mean, just one of the fire.
To be fair, one of the trucks was actually on fire.
No, I don't care. Just get out of here. Okay.
Okay.
We just half a mile back to We're just heading back to Tidmouth's sheds, and we're almost there. And I'm like, why were we even assigned to work at a gunpowder factory?
I have no idea.
Like, also, we'd have to tolerate James's rants at night or in the mornings whenever he's talking about his paint. Like, I'm the most splendid engine on Sodor. Like, okay, James, shut up. We've heard you 1,000 times.
Don't
me. Excuse me. I am talking. Hey, Mama.
Don't we know it?
There are two ways of doing things. The Great Western way and the wrong way. I'm Great Western and don't we know it?
I'm Great Western and don't we know it?
Don't we know it? Like, Jesus. Later, I just talk with Duck. Duck, I know our heritage is big, but you don't have to boast about it every single day. It's our heritage. We have to tell them that we're Great Western. Or what? What if we don't tell them we're Great Western? What are they going to think? Well, we don't care. Don't care, whatever. I don't really care. You do what you do. I'm just going to go and have a relaxing time at the end. That's the time at the engine wash. So, goodbye. And, I also got word that a diesel's on trial, so you better watch your back. I'm sorry, what? And that's just how the whole thing of how Duck is just worried about Diesel, because I tell him.
Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I just meant to change the points. Sorry.
You derailed him. My God, man, you derailed him.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just trying to switch the points. I'm sorry.
Also.
Sorry, okay? Sorry.
Also, one thing. The turntable at Tidmouth just fails, and you have to pull your train backwards. I just see you roll into Ellsbridge, and I'm just waiting there with a slow goods. Like, care to explain why you're facing backwards?
Turntable busted.
Oh, yeah.
I have to take
I
the
had
passenger train.
I had to use the turntable at Knapford. I just can't believe these stupid things just jam on us.
Well, what happens?
Like, I'm also, yeah, because tender engines can't go backwards because the driver can't see. Yeah, engines like a big tank engine like me, I can go backwards, but it would have to be in a serious situation because I'm big and because my OC is a big tank engine and I just can't go backwards in reverse with my size. I mean, if I was a small tank engine like a 5700, then or a 9400, then it would be a lot more easier. Except I'm a Great Western 7200, and I can't go backwards all the time.
I mean, yeah, because those ones are fucking huge. All right.
Like,
now I just realized soon 3 hours have passed.
oh, well,
Usually streams end around 2
I guess
hours.
me and you've been chatting so much that
I guess
me and you've just been chatting so much
conversation. Just forgot about time.
we've just been chatting for. We've just been chatting for so long that we haven't realized that we've been on this for 3 hours.
Nearly 3 hours, yeah.
Yeah, nearly. Are you thinking about ending the stream?
May as well.
Well, it has been a pleasure seeing you, man.
Oh, we actually are the only 2 people in the stream. We actually are the only 2 people.
Yeah, we are. I guess everyone just left for some reason.
They just got tired of us talking. They're just like, you know what? I'm gonna just dip.
Yeah, like everyone just like they're talking too much. Let's just leave.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it has been a pleasure.
Although, of course, like after stream, we can still talk, of course, but we just gotta cut the stream. We can still talk after. Question, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you after I end the stream, though. But all right, I'm just gonna cap off the stream here. So, yeah, for those that have been here in stream for quite a while, thank you guys for showing up. And for those that are probably gonna watch the video to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more. I'm JF Studios,
and I'm the Engine of Britain #1.
And we'll see you guys in the next. And we'll see you guys next time. You're dismissed, studio crew. Peace.
Bye.